love the fact that I'm fighting in Winnipeg, in front of a whole hometown, in front of a whole town crowd. I haven't fought in Winnipeg for 3 years, so this is like a big opportunity for me. Finally, I get all my friends and family get to come and watch me fight, which is like a dream come true, because a lot of times when I'm fighting in Vegas or in Jersey, maybe a couple people come, but not too many.
So how's the training been going for this fight?
Good, man, actually. I got some good training in Thailand. I did a lot of Muay Thai boxing out there. When I came back home, I had 5.5 weeks at home. Man, I feel good. My conditioning is good, my weight's good. Everything's good right now, so I'm just excited to go out there and do my job.
Right on, thanks.
It's been a tough year for you. You haven't competed since the Calgary card last July. Tell us just a bit about some of those frustrations of, having that big gap.
Well, it was one of those, after that Calgary card, it was one of those things where I needed to get surgery on my arm, and I needed to get it. So I got surgery in December, and by the time I get surgery, then it's an 8-week period where I was like rehab and whatnot. So then it takes another 2 months before you get in fight shape again after the rehab. So it became, I knew it was going to be a long wait between fights, but it's something I needed to do. It's something that I had to get done. If I want to be able to perform on the level that I'm performing on and fight at the level I'm fighting on, I need to be 100% every fight.
Since the card was announced here for Winnipeg, what's it been like for you as the local guy here, just in terms of media and just the buzz that you're seeing firsthand in the city?
Hey man, the buzz has been great, especially since I got back in the city. I mean, it's nice to finally get all the press that, I feel I deserve being in the UFC. I mean, before my other UFC fights, I'd be lucky to get one interview, on CTV or Global or any of the local news channels before a UFC fight. Now, since UFC came to Winnipeg now it's all of a sudden people like noticing who I am, and people are asking me, how's it feel to be in your first UFC fight? And it's like, man, it's my 4th fight. I've been here for 2 years, and you just noticed, you know what I mean? So now, finally, people are starting to get to know who I am. I'm starting to get a little bit of recognition, and I like that, man. I like being in the news. I like doing interviews. I like being, I like being in the like, spotlight. Yeah, there you go. I just worked out. Give me a second here. I like being in the spotlight. I like doing interviews. I like doing media. I like talking on microphones. I love that shit. So.
How antsy were you in the time off? Not knowing you can't get back in there right away.
It sucked, knowing that it'd be like a year probably until I fought again. But it was, like I said, it was something I needed to get done. It's something I needed to do. Something that I needed to do for a long time. I just kind of brushed it off and pushed it off, because as a fighter, sometimes it's hard to acknowledge that I need help, acknowledge I need to get something fixed, especially since you're winning fights. I was injured, I'm still winning fights, so why stop? I think maybe I pushed it a little bit too far. I pushed it a little bit past its limit, and but since I got it fixed, it's been feeling really, really good. So I'm just excited to go out there and do what I do best.
You guys have a common opponent, a recent common opponent. You look back at his fight with him, and
oh yeah, definitely. I look back at all his fights in the UFC. I've seen all his fights in the UFC. And there's no secret that his ground game's not that good. He doesn't defend and take down very well. His ground game's not very good. And that's where I'm gonna exploit. That's where I'm good at. What he's really bad at, I'm really good at. So I'm gonna do my best to go out there and exploit that. That being said, though, the fight starts standing up. So I mean, I'm prepared for anything. But I think my hands are better than his ground game there.
We know he can be finished. We haven't seen him finish on the ground yet.
Well,
that's your plan potentially.
First off, I don't know if you've seen him fight at all, but he gives his back a lot. He gets in trouble, he gives his back constantly. That's just something he does naturally. I don't think it's something that he can control. He just gets in trouble, he gives his back. You give your back to me, man. That's a pretty bad thing to do.
Roland, have you thought about what it's going to be like when you finally, they call your music hits and you start to make your way out of that tunnel at MTS, and they announce you from Winnipeg, and everybody who might not have heard of you, plus everybody that has, and all your family and friends start cheering?
Man, I've thought about that over and over in my head. Coming out of the MTS Center, I've only ever seen hockey players come out of the MTS Center, so me being able to walk out, man, it's gonna be crazy. I expect, the crowd to go nuts, but I mean, as I get in the cage, man, it's business as usual. I got a job. I can't be overwhelmed by the moment, The moment's cool, and I like the opportunity, but I can't let that overwhelm me. I can't let that, I can't let myself take away from the task at hand, which is, I gotta go out there and beat Edwin Figueroa. If I don't go out there and beat Edwin Figueroa, it doesn't matter if I fight at home or not. To me, that doesn't matter. I need to get that W, especially to get back on the win column in the UFC.
I know you need to do that, obviously, on Saturday night. How hard is it in a couple months leading up to the fight, knowing that you're going to get that huge crowd pop, knowing that it's going to feel amazing to walk out in your home arena? How hard is it to not take your mind off of the camp and daydream kind of every day?
Well, it's okay to think about it, but that's what drives me, man. That's what motivates me. That's what gets me to the gym every day. When I'm sick, when I'm tired, when I'm hurt, that's what drives me, knowing that I'm going to fight in Winnipeg. And when I fight in Winnipeg, I want to be able to, the best me. I want to be the best me that they see. I want to be the best cardio, best shape. I want to be the strongest I've ever been. I want my techniques to be as sharp as they've ever been. That's what drives me, knowing that I'm going to walk out in front of a hometown crowd. Drove me to work harder in the gym, do the extra things I don't like to do. Go to the pool and swim. I hate swimming. Every time I get in the pool, it looks like I'm drowning. I'm a horrible swimmer, but I do it because I know I gotta do something different. If I want to maintain my level, if I want to stay on the UFC radar and stay in the game, I got to do things I don't want to do, and I got to push myself places where I've never pushed myself before. So that drives me to do better, knowing I'm fighting Winnipeg.